So let's talk Lower Decks, Episode 8 of Season 3, called Paradoxus, after this. Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd, and while the beginning of this episode is full of action, we find that it is part of a holodeck simulation, and the entire episode is basically, well, all but a few minutes of it are basically happening on the holodeck, and it is a sequel to the movie that Boimler had originally written in order to try to figure out more of how to deal with his senior officers and get himself ahead. Weren't supposed to have any dialogue, that we're supposed to just add color to the background, that we shouldn't be too diverted by them. We find that the participants in this, of course, are our four heroes, and we have Mariner and Boimler that are kind of going off on a tangent to these unnamed characters. And in fact, one of them even calls the other henchman number 2 or something of that sort. And this is part of the humor in this, of course. Meantime, you'll see some things that look like they belong in Tron, and other movies. That the Illustrated Man was also noted. They talk about how many made-up words that you can do at one time when they are talking tech, once again, in the holodeck program. They have a new element that is very important called origami, which allows you to fold time and unfold it in a way that origami would work, except with the time-space continuum. I thought that was kind of funny. Mariner makes a funny remark of this movie isn't going to be going back and assassinating Kennedy, right? Which was one of the versions that was considered for Star Trek II, which was quickly reversed. There's a mention of cinematic universe. Some of the planet names are kind of interesting. Tadascor 9 is based on the name of one of the voice actors who plays Strax. Kittia, which is a place that Boimler is trying to reach, and finds out when he gets to the core of it something that does make a major Easter egg for one of the Star Trek movies. He ends up on the third moon of Shatnari, and interestingly, there is when he gets there, he's knocked out and finds himself on Earth and meeting with another original series character, not Kirk. So they also show the Defiant, the top secret splash screen in Star Trek III. So more Easter eggs than you can count in this one, but also just making fun of how movies are made, and especially Star Trek movies. The behind-the-scenes story is of something that is causing Boimler to want to kind of escape into the holodeck. And at first, Mariner does not understand just why all this is going on like this. And one of the things that we find out in this discovery by her is that for a time in an evaluation with the first officer, she is actually doing pretty well. She's not acting up. She's doing her job. She's being a good Starfleet officer, and this is something we haven't seen out of her before. So there's a character development, which you don't always expect to see in a cartoon, that's going on here, with especially with Mariner. So an interesting episode, not the best they've ever done, but entertaining nonetheless, and sometimes that's all you need. I'd like to know what you think about it. Please put it below in the comment section, and while you're there, please subscribe and ring the bell so you know when the next video is coming your way. It doesn't cost you anything. We don't put you on a mailing list. We just, it helps the channel be able to grow, and we would like to be able to grow as things are going to be changing around here, and we'll talk about that in an upcoming video. And until then, don't go far.